Hey gang, Shazad here. Today we'll be unboxing the Xbox Ally X. So let's do that first. Let's do the unboxing. So there's a bit of weird thing going on. Apparently with this version, you are not getting like a charger. Well, the previous one did came with charger, so that's weird. Well, like, and because it is £100 or a bit more expensive. So I think like you need to order the charger. So let's let's do that. Here. The box is nice and sturdy. But one thing I do not like about ordering from Currys is like they do not have any decent like cardboard boxes for protection. They just send as is. I know it's cheaper, but it's weird. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the Ally X itself. You see from here. Let's leave that at the back. Okay, let's see what else is there. Okay, this is the booklet. Okay. Okay, so this comes, there's a stand but on the top side, so I kind of like the old one, but it's decent though. It's not that bad. Careful, yeah, it is smaller, so it's compact. Okay, so this does come with the charger, so I don't know what's going on. From what I've seen, like you need to buy a different charger with some are saying it doesn't come with the charger, and some are saying it does come with the charger. Anyways, so it does come with the charger, or it could be just a EU thing. Because I've seen like on some of the websites on like even on the Xbox that there's like a charger version. So that's pretty much it comes with. There is anything else? So what are the major differences though? Let's talk about that first. So I will create like 3 videos on this. One is the first on unboxing one. The second one will be like a more side-to-side comparison with the ROG Ally. I don't have the X version, so I'm gonna do with the generic one, because that for me that seems to more like a major upgrade. Because on one side you had like the upgrade on the chip side, and then it also has like a faster RAM and more RAM as well. So okay, so they have made some changes now. So that's good though, like at least it comes with a 65-watt charger. But I would say like just get anything from like Anker, any decent brand you want to use that, which will okay, so this one. It is quite comfortable to hold out. Now I'm not gonna lie, because this one has like a 80 watt hour battery, and because my Ally also has an 80 watt hour battery, but that does feel a lot heavier. But it could also be because of like the case as well on top of it. But this doesn't feel like it will give you like a hand fatigue for like using for long sessions though. One thing I still do not like, which is they're not putting like a default like a compact stand or something. Like do like a Nintendo or Lenovo one, just put like something foldable, make your life easier. So now if you had the old OG version, you used to get like 1 pin. Now there are 2. So not pin, USB-C ports. So you can use to charge, and then you can plug in anything else. So that's quite handy, because with one slot that was just weird. Now they have worked on the cooling system on this device itself. So apparently I think it's 15% better. So they have like some cutouts which they have made. So what it does now, your screen does run a bit cooler. Yes, for me on the OG Ally, like the Z1 Extreme Edition, I have that one. it does run hotter. So yes, there is another outlet for the, that's nice. It doesn't feel heavy. I'm quite surprised though, because, or maybe I'm just used to my old device after the upgrade, that this is, and the way this is designed, like to hold it, so that's not. Okay, so the power button still has a fingerprint scanner. It is a bit more flushed in. That's good. The quality, okay, the back buttons, they are redesigned. They're smaller now. I kind of like the OG buttons. Okay. Okay, so the rest of this stuff is almost same. You get an 80 watt hour battery. That's main thing. Obviously, the main thing in the box itself is the Z2E chip. Screen says same, size says same. So if you have some the screen protectors from your old device, you can still use them. RAM is like now 24 gigs, but the clock speed is, I think, 8,000. So you will see that. So what I would suggest is you do the instead of running, like, what you can do is, because the Xbox full screen experience, that saves you 1 to 2 gigs of RAM. So what you can do is you can instead of running 8 gigs, you can put 10 gigs dedicated to your GPU, while 14 gigs dedicated to your OS, which is more than enough, because even like on 16 gigs, we are not running that much stuff. I will because there's like a Chris Titus debloated software, or the script. I will run that as well, so we might be able to take a bit more advantage of that. But at 14 gigs, we don't have that many applications installed, and rest of it you can uninstall it yourself, so that will give you like enough space. You don't have to worry about like on the Ally, which is the Z1. I dedicated 8 gigs and then 8 gigs to OS. I didn't face that many issues. Yes, there are some problems, but like the way, especially if you're running the debloating scripts or the software, be mindful what you're running though. Don't just delete everything. So one thing, if you're running on that, do make sure to don't delete anything which is gaming related or Xbox related. So let's just try to turn this on. This might not turn on the first time because I might need to plug in the charger. Or, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. The reason being, I will install the Bazzite on this. So the few videos we will be getting on this is, one, it's Bazzite. The second thing we will be getting is side-to-side comparison, which is Z2 and then Z1E on the Allies. And then there is another one. I will make a video like generic which things you can try on the Windows. Sorry, there's another fourth one video as well. So because somebody requested like if I'm doing the swap on the NVMe drive. So yes, you can do that. Yes, you can install the heatsinks on that, and there's a lot of space at the back end, which is quite handy. Later we might get some different back plates if we get something, but you know, for now, it is what it is. I'm just quite amazed though. The device itself just feels really comfortable. That's for me. I'm not even more hyped about the specs itself. I'm more about like the way it is, how easy it is, like the way to hold it, and how it doesn't feel heavier. Because the older device, it came with 45 watt hour battery, and when we upgrade, it added a lot of weight, and especially if you're using a decent case, it was getting a lot heavier, while this one doesn't feel. It could be ergonomics, the way it is like designed. But yeah, so talking about the specs, only two major changes, which is chipset, which is upgraded from Z1 to Z2E. Then the RAM, I think the old one was 5200 megahertz on 16 gigs, while this one is, and then I think they upgraded to 6400 megahertz, while this one, I think this goes to 8000 megahertz. So anything else? audio jack, that's nice. Micro SD card. Then the 2 ports, the lighting still the same. You will get the same option of ASUS Cloud Recovery as well. That's pretty much it. I will get busy. If you have any questions, do let me know. But you know what? We gotta show it, like make sure, like it's like turn on the device itself. So, yeah, what is this? I can't read it. It's 40 something. Okay, so the inner one is to charge, and the external, the other port, which is further away, that will be the one to plug in your USB hub. If you have the XR glasses or VR glasses, anything, you can plug into that. So as you can see, the logo is ASUS and Xbox. Yeah, I'm not gonna set it up because, as I said earlier, because what I'm planning to do is, because the 1 terabyte, yeah, so it does come with 1 terabyte drive, but so that's a Samsung drive, and it so it is quite decent. And what I will be doing is I will be converting that to like external Bazzite drive. So I have a 1 terabyte NVMe drive with enclosure, and then I will be upgrading this to 4 terabyte of but also, so when, as I said in the previous video, when you guys are upgrading these devices, do make sure to look for the drives which are not that power hungry, because if you're getting a drive which is using instead of 4 watts using 11 watts, it's gonna, obviously most of us will be using this while we are
set up your device using a screen reader. Turn on narrator by pressing Windows and
yeah, so while we are on the battery mode, so that matters. So because Samsung Xbox or Windows, and even the ASUS says the battery will last you 12 hours. That being 80 watt hours depends on how much you're using. So like, obviously if you're just running in like 5 watts and not doing much, yes, or just like an idle and stuff, yes. But if you're doing gaming, because like you will be on that minimum, you will be using its 15 to 25 watts. 15, if it's an older title, it's not that like it's not something new and decent, then 15 watts it is enough. Even if you're running emulations, then you can do between 10 to 20. But at 10, it's like, at that, if you're running at like that low voltage, Steam Deck is a much better option for you, because it runs better, also has an OLED screen, but at like higher wattage, this device will run better. And that's one thing. So compared to the Z1, I'm talking about the Ally, because when I say Ally Z1 edition, I'm talking about the version I have, which is not the X version. So compared to that, this is quite better at like those lower voltages. So even at 15 and 17, you will see like a major improvement. While when it does, like you go like full out on 25 to 35 watts, the difference starts to shrink up. So then you will see like 5 to 15 or maybe 20% of improvement, depending on the game, depending on the title, how optimized it is. So it's not like for everyone, but yeah, this is pretty much it for the unboxing. If you guys have any questions, do let me know. Stay safe, take care, have a good day, bye.